jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Good morning, WCS on deck. Once again, you already know. Big shout out to the WCS supporters. As always, man, one love to everyone that's in the building today. You know what I'm saying? It's hump week. Mr. Pass on deck. You know what I'm saying? Big blunts and boxing on deck. He said, salute. What's good, fam? Peace, WCS. What's good, Rakeem? What's good, everyone in the chat, man? What is good with it? Of course, we have some conversation. You know what I'm saying? We have some conversation to attend to. You know, as we already went through 2022, this year is damn near coming to a close, people. We need to identify that. The reason why we need to identify this year is coming to a close because we still left disappointed. Disappointed. We have left with the notion that when the pandemic was going on with boxing and it was damn near crippled, they didn't learn shit. Boxing didn't learn nothing fighting in the bubble and you know, not being able to have these big fights and pay-per-views and all this, you know what I'm saying, restricted crowd presence. They didn't learn nothing. Because back in 2020, we came up out the pandemic like, damn, hopefully people were starving. Hopefully, you know, the minds that be, you know what I'm saying, the shakers and movers, they was back there talking to one another. They was trying to come up with some big fights. They was trying to change some things up on the calendar. You feel me? And for a minute in 21, it seems like things were shaking up a little bit, like boxing would change for the better. You know, because some of them fighters, they had to go get a regular day job just to make it. But damn, two names have still floating on the surface right now. You know what I'm saying? Those names has been in conversations thousands upon thousands of times, right? And depending on what channel or what area, what block you on in this social media, you can pretty much decipher who's in favor of which name. You know what I'm saying? If you have the Bud Crawford, you have the Errol Spence. But as it began to decompress and we're able to figure some more important factors that has came to light in the public, now we can do a little bit better process of elimination and troubleshooting. We can kind of come to a conclusion that we pretty much understand who's holding up the fight. And the reason why I say, you know, my thumbnail is heavy as the head, because if Crawford didn't mean anything to this fight, like they say he didn't do the heavy lifting and he ain't fought nobody on his resume and all this other shit, why would these people be trying to lock him in? Why would they be trying to blackball him? Why would they be trying to say, we need you to do what we couldn't get Canelo to do? Canelo came over there, swooped up Caleb Plant's belt and kept it moving. Resume, march, left, right, left. Canelo didn't stay in place. He didn't stay in place. Platoon, halt, forward, march. He got up out of there. But they won't somehow, some way, from what I'm privy to, that they would be in line with trying to get Crawford to sign a multi-fight deal or whatever the case may be. A multi-fight can be more than one, okay? Let's just say it's a rematch clause in there. They want him to, have a rematch clause. Then the money is fucked up. The man is showing why he's highly ranked on the pound for pound list. He's showing that his Wall Street is of high value. Everything he's done in his boxing leading up to this point is supposed to be quite the opposite of what we see him play out in front of us. He's supposed to be getting rewarded to take a fight like this. No one can go to Caleb Plant and say, oh my God, Caleb, did you get any guarantee money? You didn't? Oh man. They can't go through the bushes and, crawl up beneath the cars, in the dark caves, hiding in the shade, stand in the basement. It's no way that we can determine that Caleb did not get satisfied. He wasn't made whole. Dude walked away with a smile on his face after having a conversation during the fight. He was absolutely extremely jovial. Over 10 mil? Over 10 mil? And then along comes Crawford. He can't even get outside guarantee money. You can't even get no guarantee money with these people. And they want to sign you to a multi-fight deal. And then if you don't sign a multi-fight deal, they're going to just try to have you fighting for pennies. That's not the way we're supposed to do our people. Real talk, that's not the way. Let me get to this chat, man. That's not the way we're supposed to do one another, bro. Even when it comes to business. Is this boxing a business or is it a hustle? And if it is a hustle, why we got to hustle one another all the time? Why we have to hustle one another? This is supposed to be one of the grandiose fights in boxing right now, and we can't even get the shit done. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we getting done is putting out news that has brought us no closer to the next final destination. We haven't gotten no closer, bro. Jamal Neezy on deck. What's good? What up, bro? I need to hear some truth instead of these EJ narratives pushing channels. Man, it's difficult to filter through the BS, bro. But if you stay in it long enough, your body get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Used to the inclement weather. And you're able to progress. And you're able to work through it. You know what I'm saying? They get used to the inclement weather and the rough terrain. You know what I'm saying? I've been around long enough to know how that works. We all know what's going on. I look at these channels and they sit up here and say what the hell they want to say. Well, we all know. They was complaining about him being with Top Rank, no longer with Top Rank. And they show us, oh, it's time for us to grandstand on this nigga. Yeah, let's grandstand on him. That's what they doing with Crawford. Let's grandstand on him. What was it? It was never about him being with Top Rank, was it? Because he gets over here and y'all say, well, boxing is a business. I just want to let you know. And also, along with that business is a straight up hustle. We got to come up with an agreement on how we're going to work everything out. You know what I'm saying? Multi-fight deal, no guarantee money, pennies on the back end. You know what I'm saying? And I know you would like the gross percentage because it's much higher, but we're going to work with the net. We're going to give you the bottom of the barrel, God damn it. Why only the... And listen now. Listen. Why only the... I guess the Crawford channels are talking facts and EJ channels are fans of the man. I find it funny that all we want to see is the fight. The people are talking about money like they're getting a piece. Me, like I would tell anybody else, this is the most I ever spoke about finances when it comes to boxing. I don't care about finances. I do care when It's absolutely not in favor of a fighter going in there taking punishment. And let's be honest, Terrence is going in there against Errol, another elite fighter. No matter what I say, Errol is still considered an elite fighter, and he's a unified champion at welterweight. No matter what I say in favor of Terrence Crawford, he's walking in there taking punishment. So being that we're all on the same sheet of music in the same lane, you know what I'm saying, shifting gears, we should understand that no one should accept this net bullshit that's going on, regardless if they're trying to lock this man into a multi-fight deal, whatever the case may be. At least pay him the amount of money that he should be deemed necessary, that he's worth. Man, y'all trying to act like this is a fighter that has, under 10 professional fights with no championships, bro. You acting like this is a fighter who's already sitting on 2 L's. I don't get what the hustle has to be now. The hustle could have been a long time ago. Why does the hustle have to go down right freaking now? 2022, man, they done sit up here and danced us around this whole calendar year. No top rank. It's racist. It's the plantation. All this other bullshit. The man sat there and told you, if Bob couldn't get me in the fight while I was signed to him, he definitely can't get me in the fight when I'm not with him. Yeah, it wasn't enough for y'all. He leaves. These are black people. I'm talking about strictly my people. God damn it. They sitting up here calling this man every damn slave, derogatory term in the book. And then I start to hear these people say, hey, just take whatever they give you. Just do whatever they want. Sign the contract, man. Just sign the contract, man. Look, you ever heard of that term that people, they used it a lot here in the South when I was growing up, because some of the schools I attended, some of the textbooks had holes in them, pages was freaking missing. We didn't have computers. We didn't have computers and online curriculum when I was coming up through high school. We didn't have that shit, right? But peep this out though. They used to say for black people, if you want to keep a secret, just put it in a book. Just put it in a book. And that reflection took me back when I heard all these black people up here telling another black man out of Omaha, just sign the contract, bro. Just sign that. Just sign the contract. Bro, man, come on, stop it. Just sign it. Just sign the contract. Take what they give you. Humble yourself. Be the challenger. Take less money. And just sign the contract. And then don't sound like I say over and over again, man, I don't give a damn in February coming up. And everybody want to channel their MLK and Malcolm X, Nat Turner, all that shit. It's bullshit, dog. Pop on deck. What's good with it, Pop? Just came from a Pro EJ channel right now that comes on early in the morning. The only thing they can talk about is money when the facts of Crawford just want to fight. Hey, man, I appreciate that. That you're not mentioning channels. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the professionalism. Because some people come over here to mention channels because they just want a reaction. And look, if you come over here and mention channels, I'm going to give you what you want if I'm in the mood. But I appreciate the ones who come on and say, okay, a Pro Spence channel. I can accept that shit. But these individuals who want to speak in favor of EJ, then look, check this out. The only time you would hear them when it comes to EJ is not what he's trying to get in this entire process, because no one truly knows. We don't know what the fuck either one of these are truly, I'm talking about truly behind the scenes, the raw details of what the numbers are like. But we have unqualified, unemployed individuals out here pretending like they're part of negotiations. And how they pretend to be a part of negotiations, they're going to tell you, the listener, that this is what so-and-so deserves. This is what he don't deserve. This is what it should be. This is 5 things that we request that he do. First of all, you need to sit down. You need to humble yourself. Take less money. Shut up. If we can get those things checked out, I'm talking about in their eyes. If they can get those things checked out, checked off the list, they good. Because now in their eyes, they have a subordinate. So let's just say, for instance, example, you have a subordinate. A person that's willing to follow orders. Instant willingness, obedience to orders. You have a subordinate, right? Let's just say you have a subordinate. And that subordinate was Crawford. So Crawford goes in here and he's a subordinate. He makes it known that he's subordinate. So he does everything you want him to do. But the results of what we knew them to be, regardless if he was subordinate or not, he goes in there and makes Spence lucky number 7 on the list of fighters that he stopped at welterweight, right? He goes in there and defeats Spence, and he becomes lucky number 7. Now, when we go back to the subordinate, the position that you wanted, when the results isn't of what a subordinate's supposed to do, because some of these cats will think that a subordinate's supposed to just lie down, take the L, and look stupid. Newsflash, you're not going to be happy with the results. So I don't know why the fuck y'all keep getting on here talking about numbers. Even if he did play the role of subordinate and the results ended up not in favor of your favorite fighter, you would still be unhappy after all the lives talking about numbers and what he deserved and what Mikey. God damn it, every other time they want to talk about Errol Spence, when he fought Michael, he fight Mikey. It was Mikey who brought the Latinos to the seats. Mikey, not Spence, Mikey. And like I must reiterate, it was more Latino boxing fans in that arena than black. Black isn't a union when it comes to boxing fans. We have blacks who support the sport, but not as cohesive as Latino boxing fans. And you all should understand that clearly. That shit's haven't changed in decades. You have a black and Latino fighter. I'm not saying it's across the board, but you have a black and Latino fighter, and that Latino fighter is respected within the Latino boxing fan base, and you ask them who they going for, they're going to say Latino fighter, man. They going for Latino fighter, bro. Why y'all don't use that same shit with Gervonta Davis fought Leo Santa Cruz? That was on pay-per-view, right? Y'all didn't say, well, Gervonta Davis, I guess because Gervonta is from Baltimore. But I never hear his name pop up about numbers. Even though this man is considered a star, a superstar, 3 weight divisions, more divisions than Errol Spence, right? But he stepped in there with Leo Santa Cruz. He stepped in there with plenty of Mexicans. Wasn't nobody sitting up here using the same argument with Gervonta Davis. Because they don't care. He's not the topic of discussion. They don't care. But he's fought plenty of Mexicans or Latinos. They weren't saying nothing about his numbers. What about Mario Barrios? You know, he fought Mario Barrios and Jokic getting bored down here. No one's talking about that. Were they pay-per-view? I'm just curious, man. EJ fans are businessmen. You didn't know that? It's crazy as those channels. Man, they want to be the CFOs of the YTC, y'all. But I tried to tell them, right? Listen, Neezy, I try to tell these cats, just because You buy a box of Captain Crunch, and they have on the back, you can become a chief financial officer if you fill out the back of this form right here on this cereal box and send it in, and we will return with a certificate. All we need is a $1 donation to Captain Crunch. And most of these cats cut that motherfucker out right away, and we will give you a patch. All we need is a $1 donation. A $1 donation. That's it. And most of these cats fill that shit out and get their certificate, bro. I'm working, family, so if I miss y'all chats, please forgive me. Hello to everyone. No doubt, Big Blunts. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. Hot Grease, you already know, bro. Slave Master Talk. These EJ channels talk like they're part of the PBC, don't they? Don't they? Look, I try my best to help them understand. Help me help you. The reason why I need that help is me being from the South. It's certain things that I've experienced in life as a black man. It's certain things I don't have to accept in life as a black man. I don't have to dabble or place myself in the middle of a group of black people that's supporting the organization that's clearly has a reputation, not just for like helping out black fighters, but having an understanding that those black fighters that's beneath that promotional canopy or whatever, they fight other fighters outside of other black fighters. Every now and then you would get the Spence Porter. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, but most of the time it's black Hispanic, black European. You know what I'm saying? But even in the darkest of this particular negotiation period right now, the nastiest, the grimiest, you know what I'm saying, the long-term hustle. You know what I'm saying? This is hustling Florida's best. One man who stood up here and put years into this sport. Years. To get to this highest tier, right? A fight that's considered one of the biggest in boxing, and then he can't get no respect. Let's start off with respect. The respect isn't there. Canelo got respect. Canelo got respect. Terrence Crawford unified the division, undisputed, before Canelo did. They say how Terrence really don't want to. I remember hearing people saying Crawford really don't want to communicate or engage with the media. I get it, because my job was a data chief, like a data communications officer. I dealt with a lot of communication configurations, you know, dealing with IP addresses, internet protocols, bits, bytes, numbers, you know what I'm saying, configurations, and all that other shit. Setting up routes that one device can talk to another device. I understand communication to an extent, right? This is my issue, right? They say that Crawford he didn't communicate with people. He wasn't really a media person and all this. But Canelo wasn't either. Not to recent, Canelo started to really engage in English to his English fans. The last several years, Canelo really started to say, okay, let me start speaking English to the fans. Let me start being a little bit vocal. So if you look at the time that Crawford actually started being a bit vocal, Canelo, it's not too much of a difference. But Canelo wasn't out here active in front of the lens, talking. His fans loved him regardless. But guess what? As a black man in general, it didn't work out for Crawford. I can't walk I can't walk in the trenches, you know what I'm saying, and try to stand there and figure out why it is the way it is. Why certain black fighters have to do much more than a Latino fighter or a European fighter per se. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko was praised from his Olympic all the way into the pros, even though he came in a bit under false circumstances because he wanted people to believe his second professional fight period, he was going for a championship, and it wasn't the case. But he wasn't all hot diggity. You know, you didn't hear him in front of the camera like that. There's a lot of fighters that didn't have to really do media work like that. But one of the reasons they say Crawford wasn't adored like he should be as a fighter is because he didn't do interviews. He didn't talk to media. You know what I'm saying? But yet Canelo became a star on the Latino side and the U.S. side. I'm talking about as far as support goes for him. You had U.S. boxing fans, Latino fans, whatever the case, man. He wasn't dancing in front of the camera and smiling and joking and trying to be, but they feel like black fighters have to do that shit. But perfect example, right? Perfect example, y'all. Check this out. Perfect examples, plural. When it comes to black fighters, let's just say what just happened with Keyshawn up there supporting another black man. You know, I'm gonna say black. I know he black, Puerto Rican. Shakur Stevenson, right? He support the black man, his brother. You know what I'm saying? Is he his brother's keeper? So Keyshawn in person, to me, he isn't as boastful. I don't sit around having conversations with these dudes or nothing like that. I just know when I met Keyshawn in Newark years ago, you never knew that he was outspoken the way he was, okay? Even when I seen him on fight week, he didn't act that way. You know, him and his brothers and his people on deck, they move as they move. He came into the media center, started doing interviews. He wasn't out there being rambunctious and shit, dog, right? But time he get on there in front of the camera and support his brother and hype shit up, people start dogging him out for doing too much. If he don't open his mouth, he don't get fed. Oh, you're not an attraction. Don't nobody win. He opened his mouth and people were buzzing about that shit. People are buzzing about it. Oh shit, Keyshawn. And then, you know, you get Bill Haney to respond and all this other shit. You get Arrow to respond and stuff like that. Hey, why do we have to go through that though? If a black man is out here in that position and people understand that you're some type of celebrity and you don't open your mouth and you don't freaking engage with the media, they say you're stuck up and arrogant. But yet, when you do open yourself up a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more relaxed. You have a bit more fun. You open up to the public. Depending on how much you give them, they're going to say, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? He need to be more of a salesman. He need to think about his brand. He need to think about the word professionalism in order for him to grow his brand. They weren't saying that about T.O. T.O. was talking his shit. His dad was talking his shit. He was going in there, backflipping all in the ring, dancing after his opponent has been knocked out. They wasn't saying that. They wasn't sitting up here trying to monitor. Look, they wasn't sitting up here trying to moderate what he was doing. And we're not even going to get on Deontay Wilder on how outspoken he was. And people are like, oh, man, he got a big mouth, man. He talks too much. He's garrulous. He's just garrulous, man. He's a very talkative individual. They did not like it. So what if, and look, once again, reflection, right? What happened when Wilder didn't talk to the media when he decided to return? What happened when he didn't talk to the media after he took that rematch? He took that L and there was so much scandal involved. And they was up there saying that they tried to bury this man alive and they felt that the Tyson Fury cheated. He came in there with headphones on and wouldn't answer questions. They vilified him. Before he was giving you bomb squad, bro, mom, just giving crowd everything they wanted. Then he came back after listening and hearing everybody talk, you know what I'm saying? Berating this man. He decided to shut the fuck down. Not shut down as in, I quit. He decided to shut down and keep distance from having his viewers have free access to him like they used to. So when they didn't hear his voice when he was out of boxing, they wanted to know what he was doing. They wanted to come up with all these scenarios. He's depressed. He's mentally deranged. He needs psychological help. Then when he came back to the sport, it was like, oh shit. He was in arbitration this whole time. Okay. He comes back. Oh, he's only talking to certain media. And I even said this about Crawford, because they say Crawford is a hard person to get an interview with. I tell people it took me a long time to get an interview with Crawford. But I can understand, because I can't knock him for something I would probably do if I was in his position. I'm not really the most outgoing person growing up. I was just to myself. But when you think about what these fighters have to go through, sitting up here in training camp, taking the punishment, and then the fans say, okay, I fuck with you. And then a time you don't give a real good, like, satisfy the fans with that performance, they turn their fucking back on you. So when Deontay went to the press conference and Malik was talking, all the other press was over there with Tyson Fury. Because they say, Malik is not fighting for him, so we don't want to talk to him. They didn't want nothing. They didn't want to ask no questions and try to find out what was going on with Deontay. They just say, boom, I'm out. I'm done. But while he was talking, it seemed to be a problem. When he wasn't talking, it was a problem. Now we have the new breed, the young lions that's on deck, and they talking. I would suggest they keep on talking. If they got a problem with what Keyshawn said, so be it. Deal with it. Long as he keeps going in there, knocking motherfuckers out and winning, keep doing it. Keep doing this shit, bro. I don't give a fuck. Obviously, you didn't read. Okay. And it's good you giving me this energy. As long as you keep it on boxing, hey, I'm not worried about what you're saying. Okay. All right. I'm not worrying about what you're saying as long as it's on boxing. If you feel this is a horrible analogy, cool. Cool. I expect you people, to come over here and say something stupid. You know what I'm saying? When I say you people, just to be clear, the BBC, the bum boxing community, you're part of that. All right? You know what I'm saying? You're part of that. Let me go on the Sir Ken on deck. What's good? WCS salute. Salute to the wrenches and salute to the chat. Smash the like button. Always there, Sir Ken. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. One love, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. The bum boxing community on deck. When you see them come into the building, you already know. You can smell them. You can smell them. They so funky. You know what I'm saying? They've been walking around in a circle. They mad. They mad. And they can't even freaking read, bro. They can't even read. You know, who am I? Crawford negotiations, not just a business, but a straight up hustle. You know what I'm saying? What did you get from horrible analogy? I'm not comparing business to a hustle. They all won, goddammit. What are you talking about? Huh? Did you get permission to come over here by yourself, BBC? At Film Study, you're getting ahead of yourself. Take the time out, recognize where you at, understand the principles of what is being said. Hey, man, they're going to come over here and go against the grain for fun. It's not even an analogy. It's not even an analogy. What I put up there was all in one. You know what I'm saying? It was all in one. That's it. It's not that difficult to understand. Not just a business, but a straight up hustle. They're blended in to how the negotiations is going right now. You know what I'm saying? Within the business is a hustle. People have done business and they had the intentions to hustle that person they was doing business with. It's all the same, bro. In this case, it's the same. They're trying to hustle the man. You know what I'm saying? He's not really up for compromise. They want him to do whatever they're trying to get him to do. But what we understand is when you hear that net on the back end, Oh my God. That shit is unsatisfactory. It make a motherfucker smile turn upside down, bro. And that opinion just got sat down in the corner. It's Fight Week, people. 810 checking in. Flint Town in the building. That is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everyone that's in the chat, man, on the boulevard. You know what I'm saying? A hump day. Midday during the week. Toby on deck. What's good? Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you, bro. Shout out to my guy, Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime. Shaw on deck. What's good, man? Them pictures fire, man. I don't know if that's from your new lens that you got. Them motherfuckers clear. Them motherfuckers clear, goddamn. You can see Lent dancing in the air in them motherfuckers. Shit, that shit so clear. Ever since he barked on Radio Raheem, mainstream media turned on him. And listen, you know, speaking of how Deontay Wilder coined that to this day. Look, it's something I can speak on because I've been around radio. I've been around him. All right? Most people that don't attend fights, they would say I'm capping if they didn't think I went to fights or seen me at fights, right? But let me tell you, Radio Raheem became famous off asking a question that he knew that would draw ear from the people. It would draw backlash, especially from an outspoken fighter as Deontay Wilder. He knew it, and it worked. What do you mean, Radio Raheem? Deontay Wilder, what do you mean when you say your people? Do you mean your people as in the people? Or what do you mean coming from Radio Raheem? I mean, come on. Like, radio. Deontay stood right there in your face. What do you mean, your people? I mean, what do you mean, your people? He told them. It's your people too, homie. It's our people. Together. You know what I'm saying? He stood that man and looked him in his eye. What do you mean? He had to go do makeup, you know, just for the quote unquote make people smile again. They had to do a little immediate rehab on that situation so it wouldn't go bizarre. People was just going out their mind. That clip was going, it went viral so quick. It's your people too, Radio Raheem. Now this is how I know Radio Raheem in life is a man. I'm not gonna take anything away from radio. He's a man. He's not the kind of person I would hang out with on the basis for which I know him to be. Radio Raheem is a dude that, you know, attempted to try to just bully and take advantage of the regular media that don't have that platform like he do. And he gets a one-on-one interview with Tank, and then he comes out and speak to us. Radio attempts to insert himself. At that point in time, me and Radio almost had a situation. We almost had a situation because he wanted to think that he was going to bring him and his European assistant out there and say, excuse me, so she ain't standing in the middle of shit, dog. You know how long we've been sitting out here waiting for you to finish the interview, and you're going to go from a one-on-one interview with Tank, and you think you're going to come and plant you and your assistant right in the middle of us with a microphone and all this other shit and continue to ask questions and take away our opportunity? No, bro. I said, that ain't happening. I told him to his face, Radio, that shit ain't happening, bro. That shit is not happening. You just had a one-on-one exclusive in the ring. It's not happening. Bro, it's not happening. I can guarantee you that. And it didn't. They was a little bit off to my left, but there's no way, you know, you was going to take your assistant and try to plant, and you stand right in the middle, so everything can be about you again. Fuck that. You didn't have enough time to ask him the questions you wanted in the ring. A lot of us didn't get that exclusive interview. But I'm not gonna call him a cornball, a square, a lame. I'm not gonna do that. He is who it is. You know what I'm saying? He is who he is. But he became famous off the back of Wilder asking a dumbass question. For real. And radio, deep down inside, he may have felt that it was innocent. But they had to do a makeup. They had to come back together and play right, play nice for the camera. That's all. Silence is golden at certain points, man. I used to say the same thing, but silence, man, I don't believe it's as golden as it should be. In certain situations, your silence is where you need to be, what you should, how you should respond, and keep it moving, keep it quiet. I believe that. I believe silence can save a situation from going left. You know what I'm saying? It can save a lot of things. It can prevent, but also silence can encourage. If you're silent due to the actions of someone else, silence can encourage them to take advantage of the kindness that you're showing. Though you may be mad as hell, but you're showing kindness just to be silent, and you don't want to damn exacerbate a situation. You're just trying to think about de-escalation and moving on. And sometimes people don't want that. People want you to be amplified. They want you to be rambunctious, belligerent, and they won't be satisfied till they get you there. Real talk. That's just life. That's where we at. Silence. People try to damn keep on poking and poking and poking until they get you to speak. And then they'll try to make it seem like you're the violent one. It happens all the time, bro. Don't come to a grown-ass man's channel asking why he's doing what he's doing. Don't come in here talking about the analogy is horrible just because you don't agree. Simple as that. I totally agree that blunts and boxing. Like, the one thing about these individuals that come up here, I know them cowards are over here on the ghost account. They'll come over here. You never seen that name around anywhere, right? They'll come over here on the ghost account and put a comment like that just so they can get a little bit of attention. That's all. I gave them a little bit of attention, bro. That's all they want, a little bit of attention. Talking about Bud ain't respectful. WCS been around Bud outside the ring. That nigga ain't got no place to say what Bud is. Never been in the company a day in his life. So come back after timeout. Real talk, man. Set them motherfuckers straight, dog. Set them motherfuckers straight. As much as I don't want to say it, it just seems like, there's racism within the color system of black people. Like black people in a group can say we all, have the same shade, which is untrue. But we just group ourselves together by shade, but we don't think alike. You know what I'm saying? We don't think alike. We can all be black, but that doesn't mean we all think alike. And that's good. We shouldn't all think alike. But then it has been history, even coming from the Africans. I experienced this when I was in the military. Even with dealing with the Africans that's from Africa, and then they see a dude like me with freckles, a certain shaped nose and all this, they'll tell me, oh, you're not African American. You're from America. You're black. And whoever else your ancestors are, the white people that's in your, in your ancestry, your genealogy, your family tree. You need to do your research. We from Africa. We was born in Africa. We from the tribe. So the shit runs deep when you look at it. But when it comes to Crawford, I think Crawford they look at Crawford as being darker than most blacks, right? And that's just bad. That's just bad when you would hear black people on here talking about the way another black man looks, and mostly the shade of his complexion. I've heard people sit up here and compare his complexion to certain derogatory comments, and I'm saying this is why. This is why we're constantly at war with one another. We engage in internal battles. We do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? They want to complain about how dark a man look. But yet we should be focused on what? Boxing. It's a boxing topic. Heavy as a head who wear the crown, right? It's a reason why they taking all this time and trying to fuck him over in negotiation. It's a reason for that shit, bro. He's worth it, but he ain't worth it. If you understand. He's worth it. He's did what he had to do to be in position. But he ain't worth it to the PBC for them to make a deal that benefits Crawford. Being that he's not signed to a promotion at the time, okay? He's trying to go back to the old school, coming there without the promoter and kind of pretty much handle this with him and himself and his manager and so forth. That doesn't mean he gets trampled on. That means like all the criticism, you wanted him to leave, he left. Now you're saying to yourself, we're going to conduct business, but we're going to hustle this motherfucker too. Yeah, we're going to hustle. We're going to give him the net on the back end. It's crazy. Not only that, these Crawford, like these not Crawford, these Spencerholics, the aerosexuals, right? They always talk that he wasn't a 50-50 fight. He comes in, and you hear that he's agreed to 35%. They still ain't happy. They still ain't happy, bro. Why are you not happy? You was up here saying that, hey, he's not a 50-50 fighter. He's not a 50-50 fighter. Here's why. Errol spins Mikey Garcia. Errol did 300. No, he didn't. Stop fucking lying, dog. Hear the same shit every fucking day. We see media's turning on Tyson Fury now. It's just boxing. The media is turning on Tyson Fury. Dundada. Salute to Dundada on deck. I could care less what the media is turning on. I'm talking about the fans, shawty. The media has an occupation to pretty much go out. They have duties. They have they have duties to complete. They have a mission, bro. I'm not worrying about what the media is saying. I'm talking about Tyson Fury don't deal with the YouTube community. Tyson Fury don't deal with that. I could care what the mainstream media is saying about Tyson Fury. I don't care because his level of media involvement is not the same as Terrence Crawford media involvement. Terrence Crawford and Tyson Fury are on the same level when it comes to boxing. But look, Tyson Fury really don't talk to regular media. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no connection there. And when fight week come around, him and Deontay, that's the most people was up there giggling. Oh, yeah, Tyson's so funny. He's goofy and all this other shit. But more so, you know what I'm saying, let's be honest with ourselves. It's a lot of black YTC channels here, right? So the reason why these names pop up a lot, because, these black channels will reach out and embrace certain fighters. Even if that fighter isn't embracing them, they will reach out and embrace a certain fighter. Now in this scenario with Crawford and Spence, they chose more so Spence, those aerosexuals. They chose to not just embrace Spence outside of his boxing. I mean, for his boxing skills, but outside of his boxing skills, they felt that he was more the popular fighter. They felt like he was more accessible. They couldn't gain that access with Crawford. So they said, "Oh, we want to, get with Spence. He's more popular. He's cool. He had a hip hop artist coming out and all this other stuff." People chose to get with Spence because he seemed to be the much cooler boxer. That's YTC shit. Now, if you're taking the media turning on Tyson Fury, that type of weather is very, very different than the media turning on you on the YTC. Very different. This shit is nowhere even close. Even the channels that was talking about Tyson Fury cheating And his fight with Deontay Wilder is nowhere compared to what these other fighters like Crawford and Spence have to go through in the YTC. Even my words, you know what I'm saying? Even what I have to say, people are not going to sit up here and be happy about it. I'm just saying there's two levels of company when it comes to Tyson Fury and Crawford. It's two levels of company. Tyson Fury's company is up there, you know, with IFL, Matchroom, you know, those. But he really don't dibble and dabble in here. You know what I'm saying? What if, look, I would change my tune if Tyson Fury would have been the one who came over the barbershop conversation instead of Sugar Hill. It would be different. Real talk, it would be different. Hey, give it up for this dude coming back over here again. Let me go ahead and skip and over your comment again. You know what I'm saying? Let me skip over your comment again because you're still not satisfied from being timed out. Town Business, Sports, and Entertainment on deck, man. Shout out to Town, man, pulling up. They kept it a buck. I really don't take it personal when Terrence Crawford doesn't always do interview. He sent a private personal message to my son when he was sick. So I ain't got nothing bad to say. For sure. I always told people their Town. Like, I respect the man, you know, first from what I've experienced to see him with his family. You know, he always have his family, his peoples on deck with him. A lot of individuals on this YTC, they don't want to hear about his family. You know what I'm saying? It's not important for them to hear about what goes on in situations that they're not there to witness themselves. So when they're on here in social media, they just feel like if you say something positive, just like you said, they can't relate to it, a lot of them, because they haven't seen it. They only going on the outside looking in from a far distance on what they want people to believe about Terrence Crawford. First of all, family first, bro. So, you know, he's been out here working in a professional occupation, able to provide his family, make millions, and continue to thrive as one of the best professional fighters in the world. That's a big deal to me. That's honorable. You know what I'm saying? Never been on record as far as cheating. Not on the pets list. You know, he haven't had to have nobody increase the levels of anything. You know what I'm saying? His B sample, we ain't trying to see if any of his B samples came back muddy. You feel me? It's a lot of respect when it came there. When it comes to that point right there, it's a lot of respect, bro. And he's the best boxer in the game right now, man. He just has multiple tools, and, you know, people just don't want to hear that. They want to go with the more popular fighter, and so be it. So be it, bro. But y'all need to stop acting like you're sitting there at the table. It's not an opinion. You need to understand life, bro. Hopefully you're above the age of 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put you too close to preteens, because preteens should know what the hell you're doing right here. So hopefully you above the age of 8, maybe 9 years old, right? Because when you say opinions, you're sitting up here insulting someone, and you basically saying that's my opinion. That's my opinion. You want to come in here and continue to antagonize? That's a choice. You're choosing that. You choose to attempt to antagonize somebody because you don't agree with what I'm saying. Moving on. Tony Boswell on deck. What's good, Tony? How you feeling, bro? Hump day on deck. Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stopped in the show, supporting, hit the like button. Salute. Working and listening. No doubt, man. No doubt. Thank you for pulling up as always, man. Dropping through the WCS Boulevard, man. Big Blunt, so you want to mean to agree with everything dude's saying, like a sheep. You sound like it's words that I've used for y'all. That's words I use for y'all. So obviously you're one of those people who just sit back in the cut. You have no reason to come over here and feel the way you do, unless you have predetermined You saying dude like you don't know me. So that tells me right there you're a fake. You know what I'm saying? You're a fake. You know who I am. You wouldn't be you wouldn't be in my chat if you didn't know who I was. Hey, he said sassy because you couldn't put the words that you want. You know what I'm saying? And you might want to fall back with Blunts Unboxing. You know what I'm saying? You're not important for him to put some film together on you. You're not important enough, bro. I want you to come correct, nigga. I already said what I said, had to say. Scroll up and read. Hey, man, I just hope you above the age of 8 and 9 and understand that you're making choices to be, disrespectful. You're making a choice. It's not an opinion or anything. You know what I'm saying? You're making a choice to say what you want to say to get a reaction. That's all. You always have the same choice to leave the chat. That's what I don't understand. You can leave the chat. You have the choice you have that choice too. Just leave. You don't have to do too much. It's very, very transparent. If you just dip out, we good. You don't have to stay here. Don't torture yourself. Only someone with a vagina could truly recognize what's feminine. Don't destroy him. Don't step on his head like that and decide to tap dance to your favorite song. Don't do it. Don't do it, dog. These dudes coming in here all upset on the fake accounts, bro. What's going on, Bills? How you feeling, bro? Oh, man, he came back and said, oh, so you surrounded by vaginas. Oh, my God, dog. Damn. Sad part about it is Radio Raheem is from where I'm from, totally never on code. Wow. He from Oak? God damn. He's never on code, man. You would think that dude went to a private school from freaking preschool all the way up to high school, the way he act, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there in the media. See, I can understand. I'm not being extremely sensitive about the aggression that's required to be in a media scrum. I get it, man. You know, I get you. You have to move and groove. You have to get in where you fit in, and you have to fire off when you can. Or else somebody's gonna continue to ask question of question, and you're gonna be sitting there with no content. Your only content is gonna be other people asking questions, right? So I don't mind him going out there and he has to get content, but don't disrespect the media that will never get the content. If you choose to anchor yourself in the middle with a larger platform and with an assistant, you're talking about independent media there by ourselves, and we're trying to get questions in to the champ, and you just left a one-on-one. You just left a one-on-one. We didn't. We out there waiting, ringside, and you come out there from a one-on-one and think you're gonna place yourself in the middle? No, dude. Fuck no. It ain't happening. He basically tried to have Jason Whitlock moment with Wilder. He did, bro. And look, that made him famous, so to speak, for a little bit. For real. Because everybody will talk about this just like we're doing now. Everybody will remember when he attempted to come up there. What do you mean you're people? Radio Raheem needs to know. I mean, you know, he knew what he was doing. You know, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, native like Deontay, he knew he was going to get that response. He probably felt the goddamn temperature on Deontay Wilder's barometer blow up. He blew the top. He knew. It was just like throwing some water in there, hot grease, right? They've been sitting on the stove, and you throw some water on that motherfucker. He was getting splashed right there. That hot grease was coming out that bitch. Oh shit! Deontay Wilder's upset. Radio Raheem is right here. What do you mean, Ma? It's your people too. Radio Raheem. When he got that till this day. Hey, somebody need to check radio goddamn draws for real. To this day. Radio is like, oh God. He turned his sister. Is this live? This is not live, is it? I think there's going to be some violence. I don't feel safe anymore. Radio thought he was going to be the first body that Wilder was talking about with the bronze bomber. He thought it was him. Let me call my people. I think I'm not making it out of here. God damn it. Shoot, man, that shit was close to a homicide, man. You see Deontay's eyes? Fuck that, man. Dude was on a whole nother level of blind fury. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Blunts and Boxing, it's not who you believe it is. It's somebody else that's too much of a pussy to come in here under their real account. And so they come in on a fake account. They just want to disrupt. But we got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? They just want to go at people. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't come in on their regular account because you might know who they are. I might know who they are. And then, it goes downhill from there. Sorry with the last message. I kept hitting the wrong button. Much love, brother. For sure. The same old retreaded information. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more on deck. What's going on with OG? How you feeling there, Bruce? For sure. That's what happened when all that feminine energy in your house. Wifey need to have a boy next time. I don't know what it's like to have a girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I had all boys. I ain't gonna lie. I had all boys. Throw them jeans on. Put the shoes on. Throw that shirt on. Brush your hair. We out. Ain't no barrettes over this motherfucking dog. Big Butts made those sits at all. You're still going to imagine me. Man, it's not about you, bro. Look, the fact that, it proves to me, like, it proves that you're a very anxious individual because every time you get timed out, you want to come back and you continue to say something. Now you want to make it seem like it's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But not only are you up here trying to, criticize me, but you try to criticize somebody else in the chat. You're trying to make it about you. He said, I feel like you're your daddy right now. I want to hear you and Bruce and WCS chop it up about bodybuilding one day. Would be a very cool show. Hey, man. Goddamn Bruce, me and him did that at one point in time. We did that. We spoke a little bit on that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, I dabbled in bodybuilding, nothing serious. I didn't want to take my body through that. We got to set that up. I never competed, but I definitely used to take it serious and it changed my life. Shout out to my guy Dion on deck. You know what I'm saying? Alabama native. Alabama in the building. You know what I'm saying? If Tank and Ryan get made before Spence versus Crawford, I know something. Well, supposedly, they're in talks. I tell people about talks. All it is cotton candy. That shit looks good. It dissolves quickly. Real talk. It looks good and you say, okay. But, you can eat the whole motherfucker. You spend time, entertaining that shit before you know it's all gone. You're like, is it made yet? Nope. Still the same. Nothing. If they in talks, man. I heard for a fact Gervonta's supposed to be down here in December, but that date might have changed now. He got that court shit going on, but he was gonna come down here in December if he ain't already still scheduled. Now here it might be January, blah. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But Dion will always say, call me when the first punch is being thrown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, did you eat a lot of sweet potatoes? Let me see. Salute all four fighters have a fan base, but as a man, I would never step in a square circle before all business is right. Business definitely have to be right, man. Business have to be right. Real talk. You know, he's a king right now, man. So it's the reason why they trying to take this man to the bottom depths and take advantage of him. Real talk. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But see, my whole point with why Crawford, wears the crown is because they're making it so difficult for him to get this one fight with Errol Spence. And both of these fighters are at a point of legacy. Like, yeah, Crawford's legacy right now is much heavier than Errol Spence. And that's why I said when these fools used to mention heavy lifting all the time, I was like, what has he been doing? You know what I'm saying? What has he been doing? He's been lifting too. He's been lifting himself, off the stool plenty of times, whether it was in sparring or whether it was freaking competing. Terrence Crawford's been lifting up and standing and lifting those gloves and going out there and fighting. He's still undefeated. He's still undefeated, period. But right now is, at the age they're currently at right now, and what we want to see go down between him and Spence, both of them are at the prime time to make this happen. But boxing is a business, but within that business is hustling. And it just seems like they're trying to get the most money in favor of Spence. But the public knows, man, this is the same scenario that we had with Canelo Alvarez, and he was paid. Caleb Plant was paid. But yet we have two black fighters, they can't get paid. We have all the blacks in place because we hear these channels talk about it. Al Heyman is black, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? He's black, supposedly. So why can't we make it happen with two black fighters? Black trainers. Everything's black. It's an all-black affair, goddammit. And we can't make this fight happen. And then, the news is quite disturbing when we hear that shit leak out to the media. I'm not talking about the fake-ass news with the dates and all that. I'm speaking about the money. We're talking about whatever their alleged negotiation numbers are. When we heard 35, okay, we said, all right, cool. And then we came out, no guarantee money. He gets no guarantee money. Wow. And then you don't want to give him the gross, which should be higher than the net. No, you want to give him the net. Everything is the bottom feeder type mentality. What you would do to somebody who you don't care too much about. That's what it seems like. You would do this, you would have this type of mentality and behavior with someone you don't care too much about. And that's what it seems to me. They don't care too much about this shit. They don't care about respecting Crawford. They don't care what he's done in his career. But they act like they care about getting the most money for Errol Spence only because he signed with a promotion. Because they got to get paid. Let's get it clear. They have to get paid. They have to get paid. And I truly believe that money is owed to certain individuals. So since money is owed to these people, you're going to see most of these fights that's not pay-per-view worthy be on pay-per-view. Because they gotta get that money back. They gotta recoup. And Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is a way that they're trying to recoup the money, but someone has to suffer. And that someone seems to be Terrence Crawford at the end of the day. They want him to go in there with one of the biggest fights, but yet he's been there already. He's been undisputed. So that makes it even fucked up for him to even say, you know what, I'm just trying to make the people happy. I'm trying to give the fans what they want. I'm willing to take 35. I'm willing to do this. But they just trying to goddamn, okay, pretend like they want the fight. They want to pretend like it. And then he agreed to that. Then they come up with something else. They want Errol to keep those belts, bro. They want to get some more money out of him right now. They want to keep those belts because Errol is a bigger draw than Jermell Charlo. He's a bigger draw. Jermell Charlo may have more belts, but even if Errol Spence isn't undisputed, he's still a bigger draw under that banner, PBC banner, than Jermell Charlo. Seriously. That's just the way it is. Even though Jermell Charlo has accomplished more than Errol Spence in a single division, Errol is still the bigger draw between him and Jermell. The way they could make some good money in-house, some good solid. Ooh, I'm talking about, I think the numbers would go up, the viewership. Real talk, I think the money would go up. But they unwilling to do it. If they made Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo, or Terrence Crawford, Jermell Charlo, I think it'll go up. Seriously. More so, Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo. I just think that's an in-house fight. And I think more people will come out and see two stablemates under the PBC banner bang it out. But also, with Crawford, the curiosity is there like, man, he's been calling out Jermell Charlo for quite some time. They're going to want to see that fight. But in order for them to make that fight, they're going to want Crawford to sign a multi-fight deal. If the multi-fight deal is get Spence, give him guarantee money, get Jermell guarantee money, and make it fair for Crawford, cool. I'm pretty sure Crawford will sign off for that 2-fight deal under their banner. I don't know. I'm not in negotiation, but it makes sense to me. That's all. At what point do you think Bud should walk away? Good question there, Blunt. Hey, I'll tell you like this. I don't think he should walk away. Because they don't have staying power enough. They can't be dug in for a long time. They can't be dug in like that in this negotiation. They can't stay dug in like this, playing this fucking game. Bud just need to be patient, continue to fight this fight. You know what I'm saying? Stay grounded. And PBC cannot stay anchored in like this forever. They can't. The people are going to be upset like they are now. People already know PBC is the one holding up the fight. You can't sit up here and point the blame at Bud anymore. All these damn, whatever they want to call it, the BBC, the bum boxing community on the YTC, right? They can sit up here and say, well, what he don't deserve, just sign, just take what they give you. They continue to sound like slaves all day long. You know what I'm saying? Continue to have that mentality because you're not the one making the decision. You're not turning to Crawford and saying, hey, Crawford, I think it's a good deal, man. Go ahead and sign. He's not listening to you. He's not. He's not paying attention to what you got going on. W says, from your understanding, who is the main reason for why the fight has not been made yet? I heard most people say that it's Heyman because they say Spence. Bud and Aaron have all been vocal. It's clear that PBC is trying to lowball the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? It's clear. Because if your last 4 opponents, i.e. Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Yordenis Ugas, if they didn't get this type of negotiation equation, if they wasn't trying to hand this down to them, why are they doing it to Crawford so much? I always go through it when a fighter's trying to go through, just like the Wilder Anthony Joshua, when they were trying to give Wilder $12 million, they didn't want the fucking fight. You get $12 million flat fee in a fight that could potentially be $85 to $90 million. We're just gonna give you 12. And then they say, oh, Eddie Hearns, we giving him more that he's ever made in his career. We increase it to $15 million flat. Why does it have to be flat? Why does all of a sudden this particular negotiation, you're going to say the man gets no guarantee money? Why? Because you can't say all the other 4 fights was more lucrative than Terrence Crawford stepping in the ring with Errol Spence. It's not the case, bro. What's going on, Don? How you feeling? Errol has no ethics. If he did, he would tell PBC and Heyman they need to show Bud fair treatment. It says a lot about him as a person. Talk that. Maybe, people forgetting that arrow say 730, 80, 20. Whatever we give them. Maybe they forget that. Maybe their selective amnesia, volume is turned all the way up. They just, no, can't hear you, la, 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 can't hear you. That's what it seems like. They're at the point right now. If Arrow wouldn't have said that, I would have said maybe he's not on the same sheet of music as PBC. Maybe he really wants to fight. But nobody had a blade to him and telling him to come out his mouth and say what he said. He willingly put that information out there. He was asked a question and he said 70, 30, 80, 20, whatever we give him. He was right. So right now I agree with what Don said. Spence don't have any ethics to stand up and say, you know what, I was wrong too. I don't give a fuck if he came on and said I was just joking. No, you wasn't joking. You was serious. You wasn't joking, homie. You was absolutely serious. You was not joking. You was serious, bro. You were serious, man. Real talk. You were serious. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You've been in those conversations, you've been in those talks, and you know what it was about. You were serious, bro. You're trying to sit up here and talk all that shit. You already been on record talking about you took the easy route and who you wanted to fight, and Al didn't mention Bud's name. That goes to show you. And not only that verification, right? Not only that verification, it's the fact that Timothy Smith came out and re-emphasized that PBC didn't want to fight. He reminded us that they didn't want to fight. So with that said, the aerosexuals, they understand the information and the evidence is out there. You know what I'm saying? But they so moist for this fight to happen. They don't want to let they idle down. They want to always continue to be there. We here for you. We support you. Us too. They started the Us Too movement, y'all. Us too. Us too. Us too. They started the Us Too movement. Us too. You're going to respect us. Us too. Run around with Us Too on the back of their shirt. Us too. Man, these dudes, they understand what it is. They know damn well PBC holding up the fucking fight. They know damn well that Errol Spence said Al Haymon didn't mention Terrence Crawford's name. They know that shit. Stop playing. Yo, Wilder, man, has always spoken up. He's always spoken, and he always let the fans know, through his actions. He did. He talked when he talked, but he let fans know through his actions. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people, I can't sit up here regardless and say that I broke bread with Wilder, any of that. But my respect is more so off what I seen myself and witnessed with how he was engaging the fans, interviews, and how he treated, how he treat a fan when he's by himself or with his people or whatever. That's just the way it is, man. People can get mad about who he does interviews with all they want. It's his choice on who he chooses to do interviews with. Wilder do interviews with who he want to. Crawford does interviews with who he want to. And it goes without saying. I don't know who's Errol Spence doing an interview with. I have no idea who he's interviewing. But he will tweet, though. He will tweet. You know that little yellow Tweety bird, he will tweet, goddammit. OG, what do you say about the people who claim that we don't have proof of the 35% of the net and no guarantee deal? In that particular case right there, it's so rapid out here on social media. It's so rapid within the mainstream media segues and here on this mid-tier, platform on YouTube. The information is out there. Now, we can speak on the information up to a certain point. It's been out there and reiterated by many social media outlets. And I always tell people, before you believe one person, go out there and check and see if it's been regurgitated elsewhere. It's been reciprocated. And that particular number has been reciprocated through many other outlets. So I have to put some merit to it. You know what I'm saying? I have to say, okay, I don't have to go extensively into deductive reasoning and come up with a formula and put all of them evidence together and see if the results are what they should be. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? They was telling me, look at this shit right here. I was telling people, real talk. They thought he was trying to negotiate 60-40. They said, oh, you should just take 60-40. I said, on his terms, not yours, man. Now come to find out, they're not. They wasn't even close to talking about no 60-40 with him. Seriously. Same people were calling Canelo a diva for the eggplant negotiations. Yet Crawford already agreed to everything now. Who the diva? Spencer Hollis. Yes, sir. And look, and look, this fight continues to fall through. At least with Canelo, it was on record that Caleb Plant had agreed to everything. So the fight was delayed, but it came back full circle and it happened. It happened. You know what I'm saying? That shit happened. And from what we understand, Caleb Plant was paid very, very well. The most ever in his career. The most ever for that that IBF title. The most ever, man. The most ever. And not only that, we need to once again appreciate the fact that PBC was trying to make $100 million deal and sacrifice Jamal Charlo and Errol Spence. All alone, I'm telling people that Errol Spence is on some other shit, bro. That's another guilty sense. It's not like Errol Spence didn't know this shit was going on. He knew it was going to be a very lucrative fight for him if he was to step in there and lose Canelo. Because he was going to lose. He was going to get, he was going to get obliterated. But it was all for the money. They was trying to sell the O. 2 O's. Forget about Benavidez. He wasn't going to fight Benavidez. Let's talk about Mal Charlo, Errol Spence. They was going to get rid of them O's, man. Mal Charlo has an O. Errol Spence has an O. For now. For now. Errol liked to bully 6-0 fighters, just like he was picking on Buzz Homie when they was face-to-face. He loved lightweights. Did you not hear me? He loved lightweights, man. He loved lightweights. Come on. He the one that allowed Mikey Garcia to come up there. He loved lightweights. Come on, let's not ever forget. He loved lightweights, man. He gave Mikey Garcia everything he wanted. Feel me? He loved him. Picking on Keyshawn is something that he feels comfortable with doing. But he's not really picking on, the one he's supposed to in Terrence Crawford. He loved it. Real talk, he loves it, bro. Appreciate that. Both Errol and Bud bet $1 million on the fight. Do you guys see either fighter upholding their end of that bet? Now, great question. So let's figure this out. All right. So if they're trying to get this man the net profit, right? And somebody understands that they're being screwed over intensively, I think that bet is out the fucking window. Because Errol Spence, he started off at 100,000 because he probably won't be getting paid that much. Now the numbers are in his favor, but I'm telling you that he started off at 100,000 because that's, hey, he was looking at the people that he has to pay and shit like that. Whenever this comes around, he didn't put too much insight into it. Like, he wasn't caring too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, they told that man the route he was going to take. He came in with a low 100,000. And Bud turned around and said, bet $1 million. Because Bud thought the fight was absolutely going to bring in the revenue. And it can. It's no more waiting around. It can happen. Has anybody ever thought, ask yourself this question? I want to ask you all in the chat. Just think about this now. The contract has to be signed one way or the other, hopefully. But is there any way this fight can go to a purse bid? Is there any way it can go to a purse bid? Or they definitely don't want to go to a purse bid. Because then Jerry Jones might jump in that motherfucker and say, just what I wanted. Yeah, purse bid. Gotcha. Yeah, goddamn Jerry Jones will jump in that motherfucker and say, hey, it's no problem. This fight is definitely coming to Texas. I'm going to help out whoever I need to. This fight is coming to Texas, baby. So you can't really go to a purse bid. You know, Terrence Crawford want neutral grounds. We want Vegas. You know, it would be great if Triller had enough boxing experience to take this fight, because they was giving away money. Man, they was giving away money. They picked up and relocated, you know, when Teofimo George Kambosos fell out. Man, the money they must have lost. Where they at? You know what I'm saying? This if they really want to do it grand, you know, Triller should pick this shit up and bring it back down to Mercedes-Benz. I mean, something, bro. Put it in a motherfucking stadium. Bring it to Black Hollywood. They would support the shit out this fight. At least people understand that it's affordable motherfucking living to find food to eat and shit while you down here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody answer that. Is it possible for this fight to go to a purse bid? I mean, he's the network. Do you think this fight depends on Steven Espinosa? Isn't he the head honcho at Showtime? Isn't Showtime umbilical connection to PBC? So therefore, Espinosa would definitely have a say-so. He can definitely, you know, let's be honest, man. Him and freaking Al Heyman is communicating. If he want to get on here and say what he said about the fight isn't dead yet, cool. It sounds great. It's good for people who want to go up here and get a couple more super chats and make it seem like the fight ain't dead yet. But to the magnitude of that fight, it's no way that they'll throw that shit next month and expect people to just drop everything they doing and come out to Vegas. No, man, fuck that. It's too expensive. I think he has absolutely a prominent role in this whole deal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He ain't just sitting on the sidelines like he don't know what's going on. Now, whether how much the value or the percentage of it depends on him, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he has some Wall Street in that. You know what I'm saying? He has leverage in that. Seriously. Destroyed by Canelo just for a payday. EJ and Charlo are the biggest ducks in boxing. Hey, man, they was about to get sacrificed, man, in a $100 million deal. They was going to sacrifice Mar Charlo and Errol Spence. They was going to sacrifice him. And the wild part about it is that Spence was okay with attempting to be in that deal. He was okay knowing that if he go for 47 to damn near over 3 divisions, he would get slaughtered. But it would be a lucrative slaughter. He feels that he'll be able to recover from that. It would have been a TKO stoppage, all right? Because they don't want him, listen to me, because they don't want him to take that much damage because he has to come back down to 47 and make some people some money at 47. You feel me? So they wouldn't have let him getting slaughtered to the point where he was just laid out like James Kirkland. No, they wouldn't allow that. And for those of you that even think that your tongue is gonna, your tongue and lips is gonna work in tandem and say that, oh man, you don't even know Spence might have beat. Stop it. Stop it. The Grim Reaper would have been ringside. Period. Oh, this is gonna be an easy night for me. I smell it already. He's a goner. I smell it. He has no idea he's dead already. Please don't ring that bell. The Reaper would have been ringside, bro. For real. That motherfucker would have been levitating off the ground, moving around and shit. Spence would have looked over there and said, oh, that motherfucker already here. God damn. Jeez. He would have turned to the referee, Jay Reese. Don't take so long this time, man. All right? Don't take so long this time. If you feel I'm in trouble, man, goddamn, no, count me out. Goddamn, just get in front of me and wave your hand. No, fighter, I'm good. But don't give me the Tyson Fury treatment, Jack. All right? I ain't trying to goddamn get a long count and have to get my ass back up and take more punishment, Jack. Get me up out of here, all right? And you see that Reaper over there? I ain't trying to go see him. All this PBC pro-black is nonsense. They don't want to pay 2 black fighters. But best paydays came from Europeans. Man, this is an opportunity to change it up, man. Heavy as the head, bro. The king is getting treated like that because of what he's been able to achieve in his career. They know he's valuable. But just like my one of my sources tried to tell y'all, it's not lucrative for them. PBC is not lucrative for them. If they was in a different financial situation, whatever that may be, maybe they can make the fight. But it seems like they're not. They're not in a financial situation to get this done the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? They're not. That's all I'm saying. People. It seems like they don't have the resources around them. They're trying to lowball the fuck out of Bud. That's not deserving. He's earned way better than that. That's not deserving, man. All the PBCs, nonsense. Matter of fact, can we trust Stephen Espinosa to get this fight done? He's only a part. He's not the one that's ultimately the final decision making. He's a part of it. He has to be included in everything else. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what going on in negotiation. Once again, he's the head honcho at the network. Yeah, he's a part of it. He's a part of it. That's all. He's a part of it. Listen, people. Let's not act like the PBC wasn't co-promoting with Top Rank for Wilder Fury. Let's not act like that, man. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, that was just Tyson Fury and that was Deontay. But you said Deontay Wilder doesn't sell. Isn't that what y'all said? So if that is indeed the case, we can say Tyson Fury didn't sell. You can't think about Sefa Safari, Francisco Pianetta, Tom Schwartz, and Otto Wallin as these lucrative fights. And Deontay Wilder and Fury, one was in between those 4 fights. Was Tyson Fury and Wilder selling before that? No. We can say no, not really, to the point of what people bragging about. So if they was able to let Top Rank take the lead on the co-promotion for this monumental trilogy, then why can't they come to a damn agreement for this Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence situation? He's not with a promotion anymore. Where are all the big dogs? That's all I want to know. Where are all the big dogs at to make this happen? Steven Espinosa, man, he has leverage to a point, but man, the percentage is mostly dealing with, Al Heyman, and what's that other guy's name? What's that other guy? Al Heyman. You can't blame Bob Arum that he couldn't get the Spence fight. You can't force someone in the ring. Bob can definitely make great fights. Look at his history. Yes, sir. I agree with that, Don. And now it's all coming, to reality. It's coming to the surface that PBC would have made it difficult even if he was signed with Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? It's certain areas that people will look at. They was trying to get Bud to leave Top Rank. But what if he would have stayed at Top Rank? Could Bob Arum, in a sense, could have made this fight happen with the pushback that was coming from PBC? It's yet to be told, because Terrence said he couldn't get the fight while I was with him. I don't think he can get the fight when I'm not with him. You know what I'm saying? I need to be in the room. Not a fly. I need to be in the motherfucking room somewhere. I need to hear with my own eyes before I can speak on some of this shit. Good questions, but I don't know, man, to be honest. I don't know if Bob could have been able to make that fight in a timely manner. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Can I just get all the parties involved in record? We got Bud Spence, PBC, Al Heyman, and Showtime. Is that all? DBMH on deck. What's good? Canelo is just one of those personalities, man, that was able to step up to the plate early in his career and take that L against Floyd. Once he took that L over Floyd, it was a wrap. When he took that L against Floyd, it was done. They say, okay, you know what I'm saying? He stepped up, he did what he had to do, and he continued to win. And for a long time, the only loss on Canelo's record was Floyd Mayweather, TBE. So with that said, he couldn't do no wrong. He was going in there, he was fighting who he was fighting. Okay, the look, I'm talking about the superior Daniel Jacobs, Alney Yildirim. I sound like Vince McMahon. You know what I'm saying? Rocky Fielding. James Kirkland. Woo, there's some hitters right there, right? God, I just seen James Kirkland get knocked out the other night. Dude. Not to mention half his fights was in Mexico. But he's one of those fighters that his fans love him. His fans love him. So we can talk about the fighters that's questionable all freaking day. But he was picking up wins. Triple G. He finally closed out a trilogy with Triple G. I swear to you, on everything I love and hate. We waited all this time for a trilogy to be placed in a induced coma during the daytime. While we was eating food, we just and this is not even clearly like it wasn't like, dude, we was asleep already the day before. We was nodding on and off. We was like, Triple G, man, he's looking a little old. I don't know about this shit. And then they go in there, and it seems like there's moments where Canelo can really start to damn spin out on his ass. Shift gears. Let that turbo kick in with the NOS. But he played nice. He played nice, man. And Triple G just went in there, tap, tap, tap. Everybody joined together. It's good. The crowd is much bigger than we expected. Okay? Who's in here 60 years old? Barely just raise your hand up. Okay, great. We have more 60 years old in here. What about 65? Oh, one. Hey, fellow, what's your name? Gennady. Oh, Gennady, it's good to hear you're the oldest in here today. Okay, great. What I want you to do, we're going to work on some exercises. Okay? Take your left hand and jab, jab, jab. Okay? If any one of you have ever been in this type of training, just take it light. We're going to go through a light workout. Just move that hand forward like a piston, that left hand, and try the right hand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, we was put in an induced coma. Nobody's talking about that trilogy, bro. That trilogy didn't have to happen. Let's be honest. It didn't have to happen. So if they can make a Gennady fight, and look, Gennady get paid well, and they're going to say it's all because of Canelo. Yeah, it is. But Canelo's going around here scooping up money. Why is he the only one that can do it? And he has some questionable fights on his resume now. You know what I'm saying? The Billy Joe Saunders deal, oh my God. Terrible. Terrible. Callum Smith. Terrible. But they was champions. Daniel Jacobs. Oh my God. I was waiting on him to turn up too. Nope. Not for him to do. Not at all. Who cares? Boom. Let's keep it moving. I swear to you, man. Like, I don't have no knock on Canelo, man. And, you know, at one point in time, he was a pound for pound best, you know, because of what he had going on and all this other shit. Then he stepped up there and got, you know, leveled out, you know, taken down a notch or two by Bivol. And then people want to say, well, maybe he's not the best that we've seen. And then he went in there and had that fight with Gennady. Oh my God. Hell no, shawty. We're not even gonna bring up Caleb Plant, man. Come on. He was surviving. He was surviving until he just said, fuck it. Charles Martin, I feel you, dog. I'm out. Then the knockout came. I told everyone Heyman never wanted the Crawford because he doesn't believe his fighter can. Yeah, I got called a troll. These guys getting exposed. Hey, man, they're going to call you a troll because that's easy. You know, you got to understand something, dog. These dudes know their ABCs. They say A, B, and then they start to really have problems with C. You have to understand that shit. They go strictly off the ABC. They're going to call you a troll right off the back. But they couldn't really say the alphabet all the way up to and tell you all the way till they get the T. Say your alphabet's all the way up to T. Go ahead. Man, that's too much. Fuck that, man. Fuck that, dog. Man, I did that shit a long time ago. Do it. Go ahead, man. I give you $5. No, man, it ain't enough. I give you $20. No, man. I give you $1 million. No, man, that ain't enough, man. That ain't fucking enough, dog. These niggas can't. No, they can't. They can't tell you the alphabet and get to the first letter and troll. Just say your alphabet's all the way to T, dog. Nope, they can't do it, bro. Don't feel bad, man. Don't feel bad. Now they're a real boogeyman named Crawford. This man is bad for business at 147. Heavy as the head, bro. Real talk. Just like the thumbnail. Heavy as the head who wear the crown, man. If this man wasn't shit, he didn't fight shit, he didn't lift shit, well, guess what? Why are they treating him like shit? Why are they treating this man like shit if he ain't shit? If he ain't beat nobody, why are they sitting up here making it difficult? Because they're quite afraid, bro. Because at the end of the day, they're going in there to fight for championships. They're going to fight for championships. See, I could see if they said, okay, we're going to try and negotiate this and come up with a contract to say that he's getting net pay. Y'all going to fight, but the title's not going to be on the line. Come on, bro. I could see if they had that mentality, but they can't do that. So they know damn well, regardless of the numbers that they're trying to place in his lap, they still have to go in there and fight for the titles. And that shit he go in there and Spence gets stopped. The public gonna be like, man, that shit, we don't need to see it again. We don't need to see it again. Now they gonna have to make a choice. They're gonna say, damn, he's locked in for 2 fights. Oh, it's a rematch. Oh my God, man, he got stopped. Should we send him back in there? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to bring people to the table, man, and talk about this shit. Is it healthy for us to bring him back? Spence, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? What? Tell us what you want. Well, what you asked me? What you asked me? What do you think? Do you want to go in there for the rematch or not? Do I have to? Do I have to? I don't have to. I don't want to go in there. I don't like it. Y'all keep trying to put me in there with that bad man. Stop. I don't want to do it again. He gave me flashbacks to that awful 3 o'clock a.m. He gave me flashbacks. I don't want to do it. He gave me flashbacks, man. No, I don't want to do it. Who should the third man in the ring be doing the fight? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? That question was asked before. I don't know. Tony Weeks. Let's get Tony Weeks in there. No Kenny Bayless. No Jack Reese. No. And definitely not Lawrence Cole. No Lawrence Cole. Let's talk about Tony Weeks. Something like that. No Richard Steele. We don't want him coming out of retirement. Fuck that. Oh, I ain't see you. You typed it, Tony Weeks down here. Yeah. I said that before. When that question pops up, Tony Weeks, man. I like Tony Weeks in that fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout Pop on deck. How do you start promotion on these fights on Sunday? How do you start promotion on these fights on Sunday? Promotion is promotion, ain't it? I don't know what fight you're talking about. It's on record Bob wanted to do a co-promotion to split the risk. Why not? Why not do a co-promotion? They pretty much, did that before. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised that they did that with the Wilder Fury fight. I was surprised. But, the fight was made. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Max on Dex. Salute to you, bro. The risk is just what it is. It doesn't mean you can't say somebody's losing money right now. Risk is to something that's lies ahead, something that's to be forecasted. You always gotta talk about the risk in any type of numbers in business. Risk is a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? But in this particular case, I don't know the percentage of risk. I really don't deal with these boxing numbers and all this other shit. And what, in order for you to know the risk, you have to know the solid numbers, the raw numbers. We have to crack open the books. And we can't crack open the books. They can, we can't. So I'll just be speculating. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be speculating on this shit. The first two fights was great. Seriously. But that's only one fighter. That's only one fighter out of the 50 plus fights that Canelo has. That's only one fighter. And they had a draw the first time through controversy. And then they came up immediately for the rematch, and it was a bit, you know, people say whoever win, but if it was so close and they felt that either Triple G won, Canelo won, why did it take so long for it to come back around? And it disappointed. Why not have it sometime soon? That's all I'm saying. Canelo ducks gets praise. Crawford wants to fight. The best get tons of backlash. Man, Crawford's always been consistent. Man, I respect the man, you know, from what he's been able to accomplish. When he says he wants to go out there and fight, you know, somebody like Jermell Charlo, he wants to go up here and bet $1 million on the Spence fight. I truly believe he means that. He feels it within himself that he can go in there and win the fight. He feels that shit, you know. I ain't mad at him. Go ahead and do what you do, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have multiple weaponry in his boxing skill set, but the most dangerous weaponry that he has is his mind, his boxing IQ, his mind. When he changes switches sometime in there, it may not be what you want when it comes to the technical side of boxing, but his mental strength as a fighter far exceeds all of that. His mental strength to believe that he can go out here and take over, improvise, adapt, and overcome, and get the results that he wanted in combat. Hey, man, that's a lot for Spencer to deal with, bro. Real talk. But, hey, I got to go. I will definitely be back later for another show, but I got to bounce. I got to take care of some things, people. It's been a pleasure. Shout out to Team Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Heavy is the head who wears the motherfucking crown, dog. You know what I'm saying? Heavy is the head. Shout out to Team Jahad Tucker, man. You already know. He gotta get more exposure out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's at welterweight too. He's gonna get more exposure, keep on winning. Keyshawn, Shakur Stevenson, y'all continue to talk your shit out there. Okay, continue to talk your shit, dog. Continue to talk. And we got the fights coming up real soon. You know what I'm saying? These fights are going to be real soon. You know, Bomb Squad is back on deck this weekend. They have the open workouts today. I might think about heading the Gleasons, heading over there to Gleasons. You know what I'm saying? But I'll let y'all know what's up, man. Until then, I'm out.